And we're back.
Hello.
Welcome back to day 2. And we have some changes that have been going on overnight. Chemical changes. So don't look the same as they did yesterday. I want to show you what's been happening. You'll remember yesterday the egg was, what am I doing? The egg was sitting on the bottom of the container. Definitely not sitting on the bottom of the container now. Sorry, Hannah, I know you're kind of freaking out about me having this liquid over the computer. And you'll see, you can kind of see through. The egg's kind of transparent. You can kind of see that yolk in there. See the bubbles going on with it? Okay. It's Whitney, hers. See, just rolling. Do you notice something? Oh, wait. Look at that. How much did she pour in there?
I poured 300 milliliters of vinegar in there yesterday.
Poured 300 milliliters. And where is she at? She was at 300, and now where it is. Where it is. Where did the vinegar go? We'll see if we can find out. Okay. So what's happened with the egg? Let's see. I'm going to, over my sink, get rid of the vinegar because done with that. Just very carefully pouring out the vinegar till I get my prize.
That is cool. That is cool.
Get my prize. Would you hand me one of those tissues? Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. So now let me show you what we have. We have, that doesn't look like an egg you want to eat, does it?
Looks like a bouncy ball.
Kind of feels you see it? So I can push in on it right there. Okay, so you're really going to want to try this at home.
So what happened? What happened to the shell, Miss Watson?
Where did it go? So another chemical reaction. The vinegar, the acetic acid, chemically reacted with the calcium carbonate in the eggshell. And you know what happens with a chemical reaction? A new substance is formed, and that hard shell that was protecting the egg that was on the outside is no longer there. But what is still there is that thin membrane. You know how when you're trying to peel a boiled egg, if you can get under that membrane, it makes it so easy to peel. And if you can't get under that membrane, or if that membrane is damaged, it just, your boiled egg turns out impossible. This is what's now holding the egg together, is that thin membrane. Okay, and that's all that's left holding it together, because the calcium carbonate that was the protective shell of the egg is no longer there. So here comes the bouncy part. There was a video, this is for you, Melinda, helping still, where I can't remember what was it they did, that the ball, or that the egg would bounce. It does bounce, okay?
Oh, wow.
See it bouncing? And then they stopped the video. Like you had a new toy, okay? But you don't really have a new toy.
Because they're getting higher and higher.
Because eventually, ooh. And whoa! That's why we wear the lab coats. And what you end up with is, that was the membrane, kind of like popping a water balloon. And we have the egg yolk and the egg white. But when I pop, oh, that egg yolk doesn't pop, doesn't run, because the vinegar has, what do they say? When we put acid, when it cooks it without heat, a chemical reaction. You know how you put lemon juice and eggs to make that lemon icebox pie, but
Emulsifies.
it cooks it, and it's safe to, the egg's safe to eat as long as you put lemons in it, because the acid will cook the egg. That's what's happened with the egg here. It's not heat cooked, but it's been, yeah,
That's
I'll have
pretty,
to look at that.
yeah.
Now, with the other one,
Okay, if you don't bounce it high enough to break it, you just bounce it a little bit, and you want to continue this experiment, then you could take the egg out of the vinegar, and then you could put it in a new substance, maybe salt water. Cover it with salt water, or maybe cover it with Karo syrup, or maybe just cover it with regular water, and then make observations the next day, and then see what your egg looks like. Because it is covered with a membrane, then it's just like the membrane of our cells. They allow some things, some substances to go in and some substances to come out, and that's called diffusion. And you could use your own little experiment and see if some substances get in and then the egg will become larger, or if some substances come out and then the egg becomes smaller. And then research a little bit. What is diffusion? What does that mean? How does that relate to our cells in our body?
anyway, thanks for joining us for the Bouncy Egg.